All right, so we're gonna start filming here.
Okay.
So no yelling anything. Don't yell anything rude at us or anything like that. Like, come on, this isn't a real interview. You guys don't know what real Star Wars is.
Somebody's gonna say that in the comments.
Oh no, it's gonna happen.
That's not true. That's not what happened to Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars 2.
Well, actually.
Shall we?
Yes.
We should do this.
Yes.
Let's film it.
Okay.
Hi everyone, this is Ray, or some of you might know me as Tiki with Ray, and today I am with my good friends Piper and Ariel. You've all been wanting to have them back on the show, and finally, it has happened. We are filming in your house, actually.
We are.
Yay.
Welcome.
This is your living room, right?
This is my living room. And my bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of how it ends up becoming.
It does, yes. Baby steps.
So, Piper and Ariel are big Disney fans. But what they are also big fans of is Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I am too. I mean, Star Wars is my favorite movie of all time. And, God, I love it. I mean, it's a movie that I can watch
Over
at
and
any
over.
time. I saw it like back when I was a kid, like in the movie theaters. And yeah, but then you'd be as old as me then. And you don't want to have that.
I mean, we saw the new ones in the theaters.
Yes, we did.
And
No.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
No, wait.
Those 1, 2,
Oh,
and 3,
are you
we
talking
saw
about the
those
prequels?
Yes.
You know what? We saw it twice.
Well, maybe the second time around it'd be better.
That was what we hoped. It was one of those things where it's like, I don't accept what happened. Did I like it? I don't feel like I liked it, but that's wrong. I must like it. I've waited years. So then I went back like, let me just make sure I liked it. And then the second time it was confirmed. I did not like it.
No.
I'm sorry.
So hold on. Was so the prequel trilogies? Was the first Star Wars that you saw?
No.
Okay.
We grew up with Star Wars.
We were raised right.
Yes.
You were raised right.
Yes.
Watching the original trilogy.
Yes.
Original trilogy.
And your mom's sitting right there, and she's
Yes.
like,
Yes.
No, Piper and Ariel.
Yes.
I'm going to give you the correct version of Star Wars.
Yes.
Today we're going to start off with 1977's A New Hope.
Woo!
It was so magical.
The original and the best.
So, you fell in love with it then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We would watch it. So we have a special group of family friends where we would all watch it as kids. We were all the same age.
Yeah.
So at night, our parents would come together and they would make a whole bunch of popcorn for us, and we would all sit in like sleeping bags in front of the television, and then they would put on Star Wars. And I just remember thinking, this is the most exciting thing that could possibly happen. It's the most exciting story that could be told.
Yep.
Nothing was cooler than the moment when they're all in the trash compactor.
Yep.
That's the best scene in the entire movie. And I just remember being like, this is so cool. And like, literally as a kid, I would take baths and be like, I'm in the trash compactor. Like, I would pretend that I was in that
Would
trash
you actually
compactor.
like throw garbage into the bathtub with you?
I
Be
mean,
like,
the My Little
and
Toys.
pretend that the
Great
walls of the
doubles.
bathtub are closing
Yeah.
in.
I have a laundry chute in this house, and I'm not gonna lie. There are times when I really think like
should
it
try-
might be fun to reenact that. Like it might. We could do that. I mean, future episode.
And then you get stuck, and then your husband's
Yes.
like, Piper, she comes home from work. Piper, where are you?
Into the garbage chute, fly boy.
Oh, I'm in the garbage chute.
Mom knows I talk about it every Christmas. What if we just jumped on it like one time? It would be fun, right?
It's my house now. We can.
So even though you guys are like a lot younger than me, it still made that movie or made that much of an impact on you guys?
Yes.
I mean, I would say it made enough of an impact that we each have animals that have names that are based on Star Wars. So
We're animal people, so that's a big deal.
yeah, it's a really
It's like
big deal.
Yeah, well, you guys both work at the zoo, right?
Yes.
You
So-
you work with, no, wait, which one works with birds? That's you, and you work with elephants?
I do.
Yeah.
And fun little fact, banthas in the original Star Wars were played by elephants from Marine World, Africa, USA.
Seriously? Mm-hmm. Those were elephants?
Yes, they were elephants. And the costume used to be on display at Marine World.
No way.
Yeah, you could go up and touch it. They did
Star
not
Wars
care
cat.
about costumes the same way they probably do now. Like, it's probably moldering somewhere, but yeah.
Wow. So, what did you guys think when you heard the word that Disney was going to take over Star Wars?
Oh, I lost my mind.
I
was
mean, we're Disney
Because
people.
you guys are Disney.
Yeah.
Disney people.
And
You're
so-
probably like you're probably the biggest Disney fans I know.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Disney, if you're watching. Hi.
Yeah, hey Walt.
Yes.
From the grave, you know.
Yes. Like, we were excited about it because we knew this one thing.
Yeah.
After Universal took Wizarding World of Harry Potter to
Yeah.
the
They
next
had
level.
to answer.
They had.
Disney had to answer because
And they were like,
Universal was out Disneying Disney.
right, they were out for blood. They were out for vengeance. And then Disney
They were
was like,
Imagineering,
hey
and
guys.
they don't have Imagineers.
Girl. Then they were like, hey guys, Avatar. And everyone was like,
What?
no.
What's Avatar?
Yeah,
No.
Blue
Is it-
people.
Is it
Blue
that show
cat
with those
people.
kids? Should have honestly been that show with those kids from Nickelodeon because everyone still loves
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So you both saw Avatar, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry, Avatar. I have tried 3 times. I fall asleep every time, and I don't fall asleep in movies. And I think I'm falling asleep because I'm like, I think this is Pocahontas
With blue
but
cat
blue
people.
cat people.
I think
It
you're
is
right.
the same movie. I've already seen it.
Dances with Wolves.
So
did it better.
why do you think something like Avatar or any of these other movies fail when Star Wars succeeds?
Lack of story.
Lack of story.
Lack of story. So it doesn't.
Lack
and
of heart.
Lack of story, lack of heart. And see, this is where it works with Star Wars. Because, like, the original Star Wars movies, people are like, oh, it's a sci-fi adventure. It's not.
not
There's
really.
not really anything sci-fi truly about it. It's really more an adventure story.
It's a hero's journey. It's
It
a
is.
classic hero's journey that just happens to kind of take place in space.
and then
And it's really cool. Actually.
right. And then they had to really hone in on the story because back in the day, their special effects were, we're going to put a costume on an elephant and we're going to put some mirrors on this motorcycle that we've stuck some crud on.
And also, one of these comments is
You're right.
literally a potato.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
It's
complete-
literally a potato. That's what we had.
Right. And so they had to be like, well, the story has to be good. And then this is exactly why the prequels didn't work. They were like, cool special effects. And then they had people being like, I hate sand.
Oh my
It's
God.
so coarse. No, absolutely
And
not.
she still dated him. What?
No.
Yeah,
Married.
No,
Anyhow.
no. The thing that kills me is because a completely different person plays Anakin Skywalker in Phantom Menace, and then Natalie Portman's looks the same.
Exactly.
And then Star Wars
Not
2
how
happens.
aging works.
Yeah, that's not how aging works. And all of a sudden,
And
like Star
also,
Wars 2,
kinda
she
gross.
looks exactly the same, and now whoever that kid plays Anakin Skywalker is now Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, and also, hella gross.
Yeah.
Just like she was basically his babysitter.
Yeah, and then she's like, it's kind of cute.
And now she's marrying him.
Anyhow, it's not
great.
my favorite.
It's not great.
It's not what you want.
Hashtag not my Star Wars. So for you guys, I mean, like, you guys have a love of Tiki. And the reason why you got into Tiki is because of Disney.
Yes.
The
Yep.
Tiki Room.
And Tiki Room.
And Trader Sam's.
Yes.
So that's exactly like where you got into Tiki. And now Star Wars now is owned by Disney, and now it's all part of this big equation.
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
All my favorite things.
Yeah.
Princess Leia's a Disney princess now.
So there's
General
a lot.
Organa.
So there's a lot of controversy out there into the purist and the Tiki purist out there that it's like, well, Star Wars is not Tiki, and like a lot of people don't like it that people are mixing it. Well, how do you guys feel about it?
First of all, let people have fun. Just let them have fun.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
if
it.
you don't like it, you just don't do
You don't
that
like
part.
it. You don't
Just-
have to buy hair flour. that looks like this.
Oh, there's a stormtrooper in that.
Yeah.
But somebody likes it. And what I would say is that both of them trade on the exact same thing, which is escapism.
Yes, absolutely.
Star Wars is escapism. It's a chance to be in a different world. Well, so is a tiki bar. It's a chance to be in a different world.
And it also, when Star Wars was made,
Yeah.
and let me just make some assumptions because I wasn't around then. But
That's good for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Because
make
I
some
was, and the
assumptions.
70s suck. I'll tell you right
Except
there.
for Star
Do you like brown and pea and split green pea
It's
green?
not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
Ford Pintos and
It's not
polyester and feathered hair.
I like
Honestly,
the feather hair. I
is
take the
kinda
hair.
cool.
The feather is cool.
Yeah, I
Feather
would do
hair
it.
is nice.
I had
Feather hair is
feather.
good.
I had feather hair.
Yay!
And then I'm bald. Maybe that's God telling me something.
There's like, no way.
God
can't have
God
this
speaking to me is
anymore.
like, I gave you hair and you messed it up. So
He was like, you obviously can't be trusted with this resource.
I think the thing that what people love about tiki bars is exactly what you said, is the escapism.
Yes.
They want the full environment. They want to go into another world that's not their own. And I honestly think, like when you're going to go in, as time goes on, people are going to, if those fantasy worlds is going to be the future.
Yeah,
Space,
yeah.
science fiction, like Star Wars. So Star Wars Land just opened up.
Wait, but that comes to my point about, so a lot of what we see in the writing community right now, particularly with writing about the future, is dystopias. So it's a lot of really heavy stuff that makes you really stressed out about the possibility of the future. And I gotta say, the stuff in the news kind of puts you that direction too. I'm just saying. So one of the things that I think meshes so well with Star Wars and with Tiki is that not only is it escapism, but Star Wars was also written and produced and came out when people were still hopeful about the future and the future had possibility and people were excited about it. So yeah, like there were some scary things happening in it, but generally people were still really excited about all these things that were going to come and were going to happen. And with Tiki, it's this happy, like, what is the most beautiful place that you could go? This most magical, tropical place, the most beautiful,
Dagobah.
amazing.
Dagobah.
That's a joke.
I know.
Dagobah system?
That was a joke.
It is. And that's what it is with Star Wars, is that it was still a future that you were kind of excited about. Because if you tried to do that with, like, that's why it wouldn't work with a movie like,
The Hunger Games?
yeah, nobody wants to be like, Tiki Hunger Games.
Yeah,
everyone.
I want to live in that reality.
Yeah.
Tiki and Star Wars.
Yes.
Are they compatible together?
Hell yeah!
Yes, they
Why
totally
do you,
are.
okay, why do you say that?
I mean,
It is like Piper said, the escapism. And then I think also, so the whole thing about when people started making tiki cocktails, it wasn't like they went to some island and were like, tell me how to make your rum drinks. They made stuff up that they thought would be like, oh, if I lived in a tropical locale, this is what I bet it would taste like. So when you watch Star Wars and you want to be in that land, you're looking at these things like blue milk. Who did not see that scene and want to drink blue milk? Everybody wanted
that's
blue
going to be a
milk. Who
drink
did not-
somewhere.
It is.
and it is.
Yeah,
It's
now
there.
you can get it at
They have the blue
Galaxy's
milk.
Edge.
They have the green milk at Galaxy's Edge. And I think there is no mistake that one of the things that's most popular at Galaxy's Edge right now is the cantina.
It's
because
Oh.
every
Everyone
single
wanted to
person
be there.
And for what
wanted to be in the cantina.
And for what I
scene.
understand, that cantina is kind of like a pseudo tiki bar.
It is.
I mean,
Like,
it's
I-
just, they essentially have their
They
version
have
of tiki,
tiki
mugs.
mugs.
Yeah, they got tiki mugs. I've seen like what the menu looks like, and it looks like what a tiki menu.
It does.
When I think of tiki, I mean it's kind of tied to a location, which is like the South Pacific.
Yeah.
But for me, when I think of tiki, to me it ties to like the past,
Yeah.
like mid-century, because a lot of the big tiki bars and it was at its height in like the 40s and the 50s and the mid-60s. So when I think of tiki bars, to me it's almost like an escapism to the past.
Ooh,
And
that totally makes sense.
and with like the Polynesian thing. Same thing with like Star Wars. I mean, it's like you go to like Galaxy's Edge. I mean, like even as a kid when I had my action figures and stuff like that, it's an escapism. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, well now it's like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
It's the past.
So I think like it comes down to people want to escape. They want to have like, you know, somewhere where they can go away and not think about the problems of today.
Yeah.
And my feeling is it's like I go to a lot of home bars. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I love about home bars is that it isn't just, a lot of times it isn't just like their bar. Like, okay, yeah, it's a tiki bar, but you see elements of like what the people are into, like their other interests.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
You know, like, you know, Mark and Debbie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was in the Navy, so he actually has like a lot of like nautical and like Navy stuff hanging up. Like he has his certificates and stuff like that. And it's like, this is awesome. This is great. You know, it's creating your own environment.
Yeah.
And my opinion is like combining Star Wars and Tiki. It's like, okay, yeah, you got the classic Polynesian pop, the full-on old school Mai Kai Tiki that we know.
And love.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, but me, you guys, it's like, but that's not the only thing that I love. I have other interests and stuff like that. And think about it. Like, we have these Tiki mugs.
Exactly.
Star Wars Tiki mugs.
Yes.
Now, some people would say, it's like, okay, these aren't Tiki mugs. But the thing is, it's like, if I was to describe this mug, the first word that I would use is Tiki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it's not coffee mug.
No.
And on top of it, it's sort of like think about this. Like, you're going to have people that are going to go to, what's the name of the bar that is in Galaxy's Edge?
Oga's Cantina.
Yeah, so they're going to go there, and they're going to be like, this is cool. I mean, the idea is that it's like, it's this cantina that's like on that planet.
Right.
But it's they're kind of going for that, you know, Mos Eisley's vibe, I
exactly.
guess, but just like exactly what we said, they kind of have it set up as if it was sort of like a tiki bar.
I mean, it's just a tiki bar from a different planet.
So you got to think like someone's going to go there. Like there's going to be a lot of people going there. And they're going to be like, this is cool. I like this vibe. And then they're going to, then if eventually they go to like a real tiki bar, they'll be like, oh, that's what this is.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it's a good entree for people into the world of tiki.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's like the tiki thing is such a small subculture.
Yes.
There's not a whole heck of a lot of us that are really into this. And my attitude is like anything that gets people into it, that gets them through the door.
That keeps our bars open.
Yeah, if it's Star Wars, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you know, a lot of people my age, like I'm 47 years old, and it's like a lot of people my age, like I'm the prime age for like Star Wars, you know, and we're at a point where like you can actually bring these elements together.
Yeah, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
like
I think it's really, really cool. So with that, normally I say mahalo, aloha, and all of their crap, but I think with this one we should say, may the Force be with you.
If you think about like the cantina scene in the original Star Wars movie, it's dimly lit.
How did that theme go?
Do 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 do.
I bet Mom's really excited that they paid for choir for like 9 years.
9 years of professional choir practice.
And I sound this good.
Yeah.
Hey gang, this is Tiki with Ray, and I just want to say thank you very much for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more episodes, click on the subscribe button. And if you liked the video, give it a like. That would mean a lot to me. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section below.